Welcome to the Mikkelsen Library tutorial Making Magazines in Adobe InDesign. InDesign is a professional layout and page design software tool for print and digital media. Adobe offers free, extensive training on their website. I'll show you here how to edit an Adobe template and save your project as a PDF that you can submit to your professors for your assignment. First, we're going to open up InDesign and start a new project by clicking Create New. It'll open up on the recent documents that have been opened on the computer, but we want to go over to Print. And here you're going to see a bunch of different templates. You can start from scratch, or you have all these templates. Some are for business cards, posters, but I'm going to pick News Magazine Layout and hit Open. You might get a pop-up that says that your computer doesn't have all the fonts that are required for the template. You can just hit Close because Adobe will just pick fonts and substitute them in. We'll start out by saving this document, Save As, and give it a name and save it on the desktop, and we will have an InDesign document. And this is where we can go back and continue to edit over time. The most important part of InDesign are the tools. So over on the left-hand side, you're going to see all the different tools we'll work with in this tutorial. And that includes Select, that's kind of the one that you use the most, Text, Hand tool you can use to move it around your project, and Zoom, obviously zooms in and out on the project. There are a lot of different tools, and it can be kind of overwhelming if you've ever opened up Photoshop or other Adobe products. There's just so many tools, but this is a professional software and you don't need to learn all of them to get going. Over on the Properties panel is where you're going to see the details for whatever tool you have selected. So we're going to select this text box, double click, and we'll get a text cursor and replace News with Ireland. You can see this text box is not big enough to fit our text, and you can tell there's a little box with a red plus sign, so that means there's more text than fits here. We'll do the Select tool, scoot it out a little bit so we can see all of our text. And I want to edit this text too, but I can't quite see it, so I'm going to hit the Zoom tool and zoom in. Go back to Select and edit this text. I'm going to delete some of this placeholder stuff that comes in with the template that I don't want to look at. We'll go back to Zoom and hit the Option button on our keyboard to get the minus zoom and click out. And I've downloaded some free pictures from unsplash.com earlier and put them on my desktop for easy access. So we're going to slide those right in by drag and drop. And you get kind of something that's not in the right selection. It's kind of pixelated. So we'll go back to the Select tool and select that picture. And this little donut allows you to kind of drag the picture around within that picture frame. But it still looks kind of fuzzy, so with the picture selected, I'm going to go to Frame Binding and choose this last one that's called the Content Aware Fit. It just kind of snaps that right into place and it looks nice automatically. We can still use the donut tool to move things around a little bit. And I'm going to hit the Text tool and draw a little text box down here, and I want to go back to my Unsplash picture and grab that credit because Unsplash is free creative content that you can use, so you got to give credit where credit is due, and I'm going to paste that photographer's name in. Into my properties I can change the font if I want to, but if I don't like that I can always go back to Edit and Undo. You want to save periodically, but you can always use that Edit and Undo to go back to your last save. The next page on this template is a table of contents, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the select tool to delete some of this placeholder stuff and slide some more pictures in from Unsplash. And use that content aware fit to make those pictures look nice within those picture frames. With my select tool, I can start editing all these text boxes. So say page 5 is about Dublin. Maybe page 17 is about Temple Bar. And this template has a lot of different pages, way more layouts and pages that you're going to need for your project, but it's good to have a lot of options. If we go to the Page tab, this is where you're going to be able to easily delete and move around pages. So I don't want this advertising page, so I'm going to delete it by dragging it. No, it didn't quite do it. Drag it into the trash can, and there it goes. And now I can move the pages around in my layout. And the A and B doesn't really matter so much. That's more of a bit of marker information for people who are doing print magazines where they want to make sure the left and right stays in the same spot. And you can delete all the ones that you don't like ahead of time, or you can just leave them at the end and delete them before you do your final export. This page has the text on it, and what I like about InDesign is there's this reflowable text. So if I use the select tool and move this text box over, you can see this little line here, and it shows that these boxes are connected. So whatever doesn't fit in one is going to overflow to the next. So let's highlight all this template placeholder and go to my Word document that has my pre-typed up report. Paste that in. Takes a couple seconds, but you can see that it'll reflow into all the text boxes. Maybe I'll take another picture from Unsplash and drag it in. Use my select tool and delete that placeholder. I'll scroll down and you can see, kind of mess around with the layout. And unless you go ahead and watch all the videos on Adobe, a lot of this is going to be trial and error. So you can kind of move things around. But if they don't do what you want them to do, or what you think they're going to do, you can always use that edit, undo, and keep moving backwards. And saving occasionally. That's that InDesign file. But when you're finally finished with all your edits, you want to do export instead of save and choose, make sure it's on Adobe PDF. And you have a lot more options here, from high quality all the way down to low quality, different types of PDFs. And when you click on them, the description will let you know what they're intended for. So we want to use smallest file size because this one is good for on-screen display and email and the internet. Export, you'll probably get some random error messages. You can just click through those. They tend to be for the professionals. And once we've saved that PDF, we're going to go back to the desktop and find it. And check out your final product. And this is a file type that you can turn in Canvas or email or however your professor wants you to submit your assignment. So this is a very quick run through on how to edit a pre-made template in InDesign. If you want to start from scratch and get very fancy and professional, you're going to need to watch all the training videos from the Adobe website. The librarians are also available to help you use the software in the Media Lab. My name is Kelly, and my office is right across from the Media Lab in Media Services. Thanks for watching.